Yeah, what is happening, fam? How we doing? How we looking? How we feeling? You already know what time it is, man. Say what's up if you're in the chat. Say what's up if you got. You know what? We gotta start off with some Carmex first of all. I don't want my lips to be dry as hell. So let me put that on really fast. You know what I'm talking about? Say what's up if you're in the chat. I see Crime Lord, Greg, Dan, Gator fan. It says no work today. Watching the stream, playing Diablo 4. It's a great night. I mean, when you're playing Diablo 4, first of all, I don't play those type of games. I would love to. Never been into it. I'm more of a Call of Duty type of guy. Um, but hey, each to their own. I like it. I know some of my friends really like Diablo 4. Let me get this chat up on the screen here so you guys can see. But yeah, I'm always been about Call of Duty. I love like the Call of Duty competitive. I love all that. But Diablo 4 does seem cool. What's happening, Greg? Just got my draft spot in my 12-man league and need to mock today. No worries, man. Dan, what's happening? Gator fan, let's see how many likes we can get. That's right. If you drop a like, as always, guys, if we get our like goal, which today, let's put it at 50. I think last time we hit 50 likes and we did a second mock draft. So if you can get us to 50 likes, we'll pop off a second mock draft for you guys. What's happening, Fantasy Football Ninja? What's happening, Ryan? Nick says, yes, sir, card rank. It used to be so fun. Yeah, it did used to be so fun. Apparently, there's like some frames glitch right now. I haven't played in the past couple days, to be completely honest with you. Have been kind of taking over, getting my mind right since Zach has gone away. You know, I gotta pick up. You know, I gotta think of content. I gotta make sure people get responded to, whatever the case may be. But yeah, I love Call of Duty competitive. I love it, any of that type of stuff. I'm probably going to be playing after this, to be completely honest, because I'm off. After this live stream, I am done for the week. After I send out these messages and do a little bit more admin stuff, I am done for the week. But what's happening? I see Mighty Booch said, toast to my 5-year-old that Mario Kart is where it's at. Yeah, I mean, I love that too. That's awesome. A classic, that or Super Smash Bros. What's happening, Joshua? Black Ops 2 ranked back in the day is goated for sure. All right, guys, if you guys already know, if you guys want to join a mock draft, all you have to do is join our Discord with link in the description below. And I'm going to put this link in the chat right here, right now. Give me a second. So if all you want to do, if you want to join a mock draft, all you have to do is join our Discord. Link in the description. The link is going to be in the chat. Go to the Fantasyland tab, then go to content releases. That's exactly where I'll be posting a link to each and every mock draft here. And you know what? I'll pull that up for you guys here, so you actually have a visual representation. I think it's a lot easier when people can see where the link is going to be posted for you guys. All right, so let me just pull up the screen right here. Okay, as you can see it, you can probably see it on your screen right now. You see, if I can pull it up, here we go. Go to the Fantasyland tab with the orange footballs. Go to content releases. Click on this. It's probably be a little drop down. Click the drop down. Go to content releases. That's exactly how you can join the mock draft every single time, whether it's in our redraft channel or our dynasty channel. So once again, join our Discord. Link in the description, link in the chat. Go to the Fantasyland tab to the far left with the orange footballs. Go to content releases, and this is exactly where I'll be posting the link, and I'll send that out right now. 3, 2, 1, and there you go. That's how you can join. I already got a spot here. So yeah, that's what's up, man. I mean, Gator fans said, a bit overwhelmed with starting a new job, but trying to hang in there. Hey, that's what you gotta do. You know, always starting a new job is always tough the first couple weeks, depending on the environment, depending on the job. Maybe if it's a new field that you weren't in before previously, you know, it's tough, and you know, you want to impress, you want to make sure that you're doing your best at all times. So I definitely understand that. Keep doing it, keep grinding, do what you have to do. Keep a league redraft: DeAndre Hopkins in the 8th or Deshaun Watson in the 14th. Ooh. Ryan, this is very, very interesting. I think if this is a one quarterback, I'm happy to keep D-Hop. But if this is super flex, I'll keep Deshaun Watson. What's happening, Styles? Joshua said he finally got into one. Yeah, I love that. I love that. I love that. Okay, guys, this is a one quarterback redraft league. Let me put in the chat. One quarterback, one QB redraft, non-tight end prim. Okay, that is to everyone that knows. A minute is going to be on the clock, and let's do what we do and let's do it best. Let's do what we do and let's do it best. Teacher says Summer's fantasy football prep is one QB, so D-Hop, yeah, I will keep D-Hop in a one quarterback for sure. I'm happy to keep D-Hop. Justin Jefferson, Jamar Chase off the board. I'm gonna try something a little bit different. I always say I like to go quarterback. Wide receiver. I would easily go, in a different direction here, but I really want to try. I think I'm gonna try a robust RB strategy today, kind of see how I feel. I kind of been preaching of drafting these wide receivers early, getting as many wide receivers as you can, because it does kind of fall off to a certain point to where I don't like it. But apparently these running backs are kind of falling. Some running backs do fall where you can get good value. So let's see what that looks like coming into this mock draft. There goes Cooper Kupp. That's where I would have normally have gone. So let's see. Crime said we're here at the 112, Ryan at the 111. That's what's up, man. That is what's up. I'm glad you guys made it in. That is perfect. Style says Jacob's going to hold out, and I will be in shambles in one dynasty league if league I have him. Yeah, man. All this news with people holding out, all this news with Josh Jacobs and Saquon Barkley, it's starting to get to me now. We're getting closer and closer to the season, closer and closer to training camp. I just want those guys to be there. I want those guys. Essentially, I was listening to I was actually listening to the Fantasy Footballers for the first time in a while on their latest video or podcast, and they were saying, why would they hold out now, right? If you're not getting the contract, what's the point of holding out now? And it's essentially to miss practice. They're not going to practice in the next coming weeks, and then be like, you know what? All right, I'll play week 1. Right? Like, just understand you're putting your body on the line. Saquon has experienced the injuries, putting his body on the line. Obviously tearing his ACL, not having that contract extension. Obviously he was only going into a second, third year, so that's a little bit different. It's interesting. It's interesting the perspective that they come from. They don't really have too much leverage. We have to wait and see what that looks like. Yeah, say they have till Monday for Saquon and Jacobs. So I really hope they get something done. I really hope specifically, honestly, both of them, but obviously I'm a Giants fan. I hope Saquon really signs here, because I think that'll make a huge impact and it can help. But I have a bunch of stock of Josh Jacobs as well, so I would like him to play as well. So that'll be interesting. I'm here for Badaki talking up Giants without Saquon. Look, it's tough, man. It's tough. What makes that even better now, Ryan, is that I can talk him up because how good Daniel Jones was last year, because we have Darren Waller. Now it's not just Saquon. Before, if Saquon's not playing, we're shit, right? But now it's like, okay, Saquon's not playing. It's a big part of our team, but at least we got Waller, which is so funny now I think about it. Said all this talk about home league is in 3 weeks. Yeah, man. That's why we really encourage people to do drafts closer to the season. Redraft leagues, I think that really changes things. That really helps you have a good feel, because people can get injured, right? People can really, 1 year, I forgot what year it was. I forgot the year, but I remember it was probably one of the first years some of my good friends got into fantasy football, and we started a redraft league, and we were like, you know what, we'll do it a little bit earlier so you have time. Let's do a draft. Let's practice, and we'll make this one our league just for fun, and we'll continue it. That was the year that Jordy Nelson, if I'm not mistaken, tears his ACL in preseason, and I drafted Jordy Nelson in, I don't know, I think it was the top 4 rounds. And I think it was week 1 or week 2 of preseason. It was so random. I don't know why I remember this so vividly. But he tears his ACL, and that's the reason why you don't you don't draft so early. It was the same thing a couple years ago. Like if you're doing dynasty leagues, if you're doing dynasty leagues a bit earlier, I think look, dynasty leagues is cool right after. Like if you want to start one and do it right after the NFL draft, that's fine. But I also like to wait and redraft, kind of like a dynasty, excuse me, just like a redraft league. Let me just make my pick and then I'll finish my story. And I'm gonna go Tony Pollard here. Let me just double. Yeah, I'm gonna go Tony Pollard once again. Doing robust RB here. Really want to see how this pans out. Getting Tony Pollard to fold to me at the 210 doesn't feel too bad right there. Yeah, and I lost with Jordy Nelson clearly. And I was just really upset about that year. But yeah, if you can push it as close to the season as possible, that really helps. That really helps. Matt Breida RB1s feels gross. Absolutely. I mean, Eric Gray, what did I tell you guys? Okay. Should I go another running back here? I mean, robust RB, I guess it's... We can potentially go one more. Really fill up, really get, you know. There's a lot of good people on the board here, though. I am going to go. I think I want to continue to go 3 RBs and really feel it out here. My next guy in my rankings is technically Travis Etienne. So I'm gonna go Travis here. Let's try it. Let's go really RB heavy. Let's go crazy, right? Let's try something different today. Said, what made you a Giants fan versus being a Jets fan? Honestly, it was kind of the era where I kind of grew up in. My family at that time, you know, I kind of alluded to the story a little bit earlier. Half of my family are Jets fans, half of my family are Giants fans, and my uncle, who I guess not that at the time, not that I'm not close with him now, but I was really close to him. He used to go to games all the time. He used to watch football all the time, and he was always a Giants fan, and I always used to watch football with him specifically. And the reason why I became so passionate, because my uncle was so passionate, and my Jets side of the family didn't really watch it. You know, if the Jets game was on, oh, let's put it on. Like, it's okay. We don't really have to watch it. But when the Giants game went on, my uncle was like, everyone, be quiet. Leave the room if you don't want to watch this. You know, I'm watching the Giants game. Like, he made it a like thing. Like, he was like, I'm going to watch the Giants game no matter what. And that's exactly how I kind of grew up. That's when, like, you know, the time Eli Manning obviously got drafted to the Giants, and then I just went up from there, to be completely honest. So I kind of got lucky becoming a fan to a team at the time that was kind of up and down. You know, we had a lot of good seasons, a lot of bad seasons, obviously with Eli Manning, but the fact that we won the Super Bowl, you know, in 2007 and then 11, it was kind of wild. And then it just kind of grew my fandom even more. I mean, I wasn't as big of a fan, I would say, before the Super Bowl in 2007, but that's when like it kind of really took off. You know, that was like that's when I went into high school. After the Super Bowl season, I went to my first year of high school. Then I met a bunch of football fans as well in high school. And then that's when I actually started fantasy football, 2007, 2008 type era. So it was awesome. It was awesome. We got Hurts, T, Josh Allen, a couple quarterbacks. You got 4 quarterbacks going in the 4th round here. Once again, our community really doesn't go quarterback too early, but we're seeing a couple people going with those quarterbacks. Ramondre Stevenson, Najee Harris, and then Chef here going 4 running backs right off the back. Henry, Jacobs, Gibbs, and Walker. Henry, I kind of been alluding to, saying that he should be a first-round pick. He is one of my top 3 running backs that I believe should go in the first round. That's CMC, Austin Eckler, and Derrick Henry. I still believe he can finish as RB1 or a top 3 running back, and then it kind of just falls off from there, where I really want to get those wide receivers. And then obviously you see Calvin Ridley, DK Metcalf, Kenneth Walker, Joe Burrow, and DJ Moore going off the board. Let's see how it goes here. Mighty Boo says, what do you think of Kyler saying he's going to play early in the season and his aim is week 1? Look, I won't be surprised. I really won't be surprised. I know we kind of compared that to Joe Burrow when he tore his ACL. When did Joe Burrow tear his ACL? Week 11 against Washington. What day was that though? I mean, first of all, that was the second half of the season. Week 11, right? And then you look at when did Kyler Murray tear his ACL? Kyler Murray tear his ACL. I think it was around the same time. And we were all pretty surprised. Let me make my pick before I forget. So Bobbin Like I'm Dobbins, that's definitely a guy I wanted to go there. And I'm not gonna break. I'm going Joe Mixon, and then I'll go wide receiver next. I'll go wide receiver next there. But Kyler Murray says non-contact was occurred early in the Cardinals game. What day was this though? This was in December. He tore his ACL in December, so that's around week 11. I can't really find the specific. Yes, here we go. Related to. Meanwhile, assistant coach. I think it was the same week. It's week 11. The same thing with Kyler Murray. Correct me if I'm wrong, if you guys know. But yes, Kyler Murray and Joe Burrow had similar things, and had similar, not similar, but they did tear the ACL. Obviously, the tears could be, significantly different. But I won't be surprised if he comes back week 1, because we've seen the history of Joe Burrow doing that. Obviously, Kyler Murray's a little bit different because he's a little bit more mobile, and maybe he's not going to have the full range of mobility that he was hoping for, and to be scrambling out of the pocket and being as elusive as he is. And I think that is kind of the difference there. Okay. Let's see here. I mean, it's kind of hard not to go this player. And once again, I never go. I'm really going left field here. I'm having fun. I think Justin Fields is phenomenal value here at the 5th round, personally. I'm thinking of Justin Fields or Drake London. According to my rankings, Drake London is next. But do I really want to reach a little bit and go quarter? I'm gonna go Drake. Because, I know I can always get a quarterback later. I know I can always get a quarterback later, so. What's happening? You said I have a dynasty question. Who would you prefer to have, Eckler or Najee? I think it just really depends on your builds. In a win now perspective, I'm happy to have Eckler. In a more futuristic build, maybe a hybrid type team, I'm happy to go Najee, but I'm always going to go youth, to be completely honest with you. I love Najee Harris. I think he's going to have a phenomenal season. I would say one of my breakout teams this year are the Pittsburgh Steelers with Kenny Pickett. Obviously Najee technically already broke out, but I think Kenny Pickett takes a massive step this year into really finding his zone as a quarterback, to be completely honest. So I'm really, really excited about Kenny coming into this year. So I'll go Najee in the long run. What's the earliest you're comfortable taking Kelce and QB1? Probably the 105, 106, to be completely honest with you. Zach kind of spoke about it often. I've spoken about it. But, I mean, getting Travis Kelce, I think I drafted him in the first round, our last mock draft, if I'm not mistaken, at the 105 or the 106. So that just feels really comfortable right there. Yeah, I broke, Ryan. I broke for sure. I mean, Chef also got wide receiver, and that's Deontay Johnson. That's a good pick, man. That's a really good pick. And I'll be completely honest with you. I looked at Deontay Johnson. I got really excited, saying maybe he falls back to me. But having Deontay Johnson as your wide receiver 1, in my opinion, I think that's a really good start. I love Deontay Johnson. Obviously, over 140 targets last year, caught 0 touchdowns. I mean, imagine if he caught 4 touchdowns, 5 touchdowns, 6 touchdowns, a whole different story, a whole different conversation with Deontay Johnson. And once again, another guy I truly believe that this offense is going to get better with Kenny Pickett really finding his own coming into 2023. So I'm excited for Deontay Johnson. I think it's a phenomenal pick there. Yeah. Look, I don't think Kyler Murray is someone that you want to sell right now, Mighty. Which that's the point. People are not necessarily. People aren't wanting to get Kyler on the low, and Zach's kind of been preaching this. Zach's really been preaching this, that he, if you try to sell Kyler, you're just selling a top 15, top 10 quarterback who with high rushing upside away. And maybe that changes with his ACL. We don't know. But Kyler Murray, in the fantasy perspective, has finished as a top 5 quarterback multiple years. If I'm not mistaken, he finished as QB1 one year. So I think selling him on the low right now is just not ideal. So I would definitely hold out on trying to sell him if you are trying to sell him. So it was week 14 where he tore his ACL. So it's, I guess, a 3-week difference, a Monday night versus the Patriots. Okay. Look, I will not be surprised if Kyler comes back and is ready week 1. I will not be. I think that is definitely a possibility. I just think the difference with Kyler versus Joe Burrow, once again, is the mobility. What does that mobility look like for Kyler Murray? Is he going to be more of a pocket passer until he gets a little bit more comfortable with his ACL? Kind of like you see these running backs, right? You have to get hit. You have to get, you have to learn how to cut. And Kyler Murray, I don't think is going to be able to do that as confident as he was doing it before. I think he can easily sit in the pocket, throw a fade, throw a bomb, whatever the case may be. But I think there's going to be a little bit more mental hurdle when it comes down to his rushing upside. So Chef gets Christian Kirk at the 6'3", and look where Calvin Ridley went at the 4'1". That is something that I always say. I love Calvin Ridley, but I think there's not too much of a difference when I think of Calvin Ridley's upside versus Christian Kirk's upside. And maybe that is a thing that the community and I see differently, but that's kind of something that I've been talking about. I love Calvin Ridley, but I don't think Christian Kirk is, I think Calvin Ridley can finish top 15, but I think Christian Kirk can finish top 20, right? And I really don't see the difference getting him 2 rounds cheaper and still having a very similar upsides there. So that is definitely something I like there at the 6'3". Alexander Mattison at the 6'1" as well. And some guys I really like. I mean, Cam Akers as your RB1, I think that's a good start there. At the 5'11", I just released a video saying he's definitely one of my breakout guys coming in to this season. So I'm really excited about that. And then goes Tyler Lockett and then Jordan Addison. Make sure you drop a like, guys. If we can get to 50 likes, we can just start a second mock draft right after this. So if you're here, maybe you're lurking for the first time, or maybe you just never dropped a like, it would definitely help the algorithm and get people in the door here. Look, this is why I don't like this strategy. This is why I don't like it. Because I'm looking here and I kind of hate the people that are here. I mean, I like one person. I think that's Jahan Dotson. So I'll take Dotson right here. But in that scenario, hypothetically, I could have had a Waddle, right? I could have had a Waddle and then T at the 3-3. So maybe drafting one running back. I forgot what's it called. Not robust. Anchor RB. Feels okay at the 1-3, and then getting if Devonta Smith falls to me, a Waddle falls to me, a T. Higgins falls to me, I'm really happy about that. But I just think Waddle's upside is significantly higher. Hey, thank you so much for the subscription, man, Dennis. Waddle's upside is higher than him. T. Higgins, I think upside is higher than Pollard. I know it's different positions, it's just different things. I don't know. I just don't love it. Don't love it when I do strats like this, but this is why we mock. I need to understand where the community is at, what that looks like, because I see a lot of people do this often and then get other wide receivers late that do have good upside. There goes JSN. No worries, Michael. I'm assuming you got him at the 5.5, which is awesome. Was there finally an OC coaching change in Pittsburgh if Matt Canada's still there and the receivers can't really read it here? I don't know why it's not popping up. And their revolving door at receivers coach, I'm not as optimistic. I'll answer that question right after I make my pick here. What we got at tight end? What have we got at quarterback? Honestly, I think the best player available, you guys already know who that is. And he's on the thumbnail of this live stream. And I think he's worth it. I mean, he was a question as well. And a lot of people think he could finish top 25, according to 50% of the community. With 50% votes, that's Elijah Moore. I'm happy to take him here. I'm really happy to go down right there and take him because I know no way he's gonna fold to me at the 8-10. Maybe he would have, but I think that's a good price right there for me. So with Matt Canada, there's definitely, I would say this specifically. I think the biggest question mark in this offense is not Deontay Johnson. It's George Pickens. Okay? Because if you look, and I kind of brought this in a video because I really liked George Pickens this year, but at the same time, I did bring my concerns as well in one of the videos I did release saying that George Pickens' route tree was very limited this year. Essentially, he ran a 32% of the time, which essentially was run one route. A 9 is just running straight down the field, right? That's a 9 route, according to Matt Harmon's reception perception, which is actually really awesome. And if you guys aren't subscribed to him, you should definitely go check him out, Matt Harmon of reception perception. And he kind of broke that down. And it's not necessarily George Pickens doesn't have I personally believe George Pickens had the better route tree than what we saw last year in the Matt Harmon's reception perceptions breakdown. I think he is a significantly better route runner than what was shown. I think Matt Canada needs to get more creative with the way he is going to be using George Pickens to get him into space, to get better opportunity. Because if he's only going to run one route 32+% of the time, is that a George Pickens thing or is that a play calling standpoint? And I personally believe that's a play calling standpoint, a play calling era, a play calling, whatever the case may be, limitations, because we've seen George Pickens be successful, running a quick dig, running a slant, running a fade, running all these other routes. Obviously, maybe not with the best ball placement, but he's doing everything in his power to kind of get open. So I think there's a lot of question marks for sure, but I'm believing in this offense, and I'm believing in Kenny Pickett to get that ball to George Pickens personally. So once again, I'm not worried about Deontay. No matter who the quarterback is, I think we kind of know that he's going to get 100+ targets. 140+ targets. Not just 100, but 140+ targets. So it's very interesting. Rachaad White off the board at the 7.4. Alvin Kamara at the 7.5. I'm going to be releasing a video about Alvin Kamara. I think could be really good upside here. Couple predictions. There's a couple predictions saying I've seen on Twitter that according to reports, he could get up to a minimum, obviously, of 2 games. And I've also heard other people, once again, I listened to the Fantasy Footballers yesterday for the first time in a while, and their prediction was 2 games, 2 to 4 games, which in reality is not terrible if you can get him as your RB3. I mean, obviously in this scenario, Rojo got him as his RB2 at the 7.5, but he could have had so many other options. He could have had Dameon Pierce, Cam Akers, James Conner, however way you want to build your team. But getting Alvin Kamara hypothetically as your RB3, RB4, who in my opinion has a top 15 upside no matter his draft capital, I think that is a really, really good return. Oh, okay. Let's go, guys. I am building a new PC. I got it for my birthday. If you guys know anything about PCs, I'm going all white. So I have a white case. I got the NZXT H9 Flow case. If you guys don't know about that, I really like that case. I think it's pretty sexy. I got a 4070 Ti, which is a graphics card, and my wife is peeking in. Hello, love. So I'm really excited. By the way, I just got a notification saying that package could be coming, so listen out if I'm still doing a live. Okay. So yeah, I'm really excited about that. So I'm definitely going to be showing. I might have 2 PCs like setups because I don't think I'm gonna sell my old one. I'm not necessarily sure yet. Gotta wait and see what that looks like. But I'm excited about a PC build if you guys are into PCs. Yeah, Noah, it's awesome. James Cook off the board. I'll get to some questions here right after. See, like, maybe Elijah Moore would have fell to me. I don't know. I have 3 wide receivers. Let's look at this roster here. Drake London, Jahan Dotson. I feel like I should go 1 more. Did Deshaun Watson go off the board? Yeah, okay. I guess right now, getting Kadarius Toney at the A10 is not a bad shout. I mean, Patrick Mahomes, I don't know if you guys just saw the reports. Patrick Mahomes saying Kadarius Toney could easily be the wide receiver 1. I forgot what he specifically said. I just saw the headline. Let me see if I can find it. Literally just saw it right before I went on stream here. Patrick Mahomes was talking about Kadarius Toney. I saw that report. But yeah, I mean, getting Toney there at the 8-10, I don't think is bad. Gator fan, what do you think of my fairly balanced team? Eckler, Chubb, Pierce with Keenan Allen, Debo, Lockett. I don't mind that. That's good. With Brandon Cooks and Justin Herbert, that's a good start right there. That's a good start for sure. I like the Keenan Allen pick. Debo Samuel, I like it as well. I think, yeah, I wonder if I would have reached for Jerry in that scenario right there. But I definitely do like that for sure. Let me make myself a little bit smaller here so we can see some more. There goes Zay Flowers, A.J. Dillon. I'm out here looking like an Eagles fan at the 104. What do you got? Devonta Smith, Jalen Hurts. Yeah, it makes sense. Makes sense. Okay, and the guy I was actually contemplating drafting over Kadarius Toney, which I'm actually still kind of talked about him. I talked about him in the last live stream. Is Rashad Bateman. I go Beatty City here. I'll be really happy with Bateman. And there you go, Bateman or Myers. I'm going Bateman. Look, I would say there's some sneaky value with Myers, though, to be completely honest with you, because of the history we've seen with Jimmy G having these short routes, you know, these quick slants, these screen passes. And you think of Jacoby Myers stepping into this Hunter Renfrow role. You know, I think Hunter Renfrow is going to be more on the outside. Jacoby Myers is going to play the slot, unless it's the other way around. I'm completely wrong. Right, which I think there could be a possibility in a way that could be the case, but I think there could be some sneaky upside with Myers, but I would feel a lot more confident with Bateman just because of the quarterback play. Got the Kelsey and Herbert stack. Yeah, Duke calls jet sweeps run the middle for no gain. He lacks creativity. Yeah, are you talking about Matt Canada? Absolutely. I completely agree with you, Mighty Booch. He needs to get more creative. And if he's not getting more creative this year, which I think was a massive conversation this past year, I mean, we saw it. We saw it last year where it was like, it's the same play over and over again, just like you mentioned. Jet sweep, quick slants, running up the middle because Deontay Johnson, that's all he was getting. And then you had like these third and longs because you kept running and lost for two, and now you're like a 3rd and 14, and now you're just gonna send everyone straight through. Get more creative, man. I agree. What's happening, Steel? How we feeling, man? We need a tally of how many times Badaki drafts Daniel Jones in the 13th. I actually don't think I've drafted him often, but I'll take DJ in the 13th. Without a doubt. There's other people I would take. There's actually a quarterback I actually really love that I hope that I hoping to get here very soon. So let's see what that looks like. Once again, guys, if you could drop a like, if we get up to 50 likes, we can start a second mock draft. That would actually be really helpful for us and get you guys more into these mock drafts, getting you guys more acclimated to the season as we get closer and closer to the season, and take advantage of this time, because once again, as we get closer and closer, it's going to be even harder to get into these mock drafts. You know, once we get, let's say, I would say once we get into the first week of August, you know, we're going to see so many people, in my opinions, in the live streams, we're going to see so many people trying to get into these mock drafts and practice, because that's when like your casual redraft players start to come back alive. So take advantage. Take advantage right now if you can by dropping a like. That would be awesome. Yeah, I agree with you, Mighty Booch. If Kamara only misses 2 games, I love my team. There goes Tua. That was the guy I was thinking about. David Njoku was also a guy I was thinking about. So definitely not having the good options here for me now. So Kamara, let's see. With Herbert, yeah. Miles Sanders, Alvin Kamara, Khalil Herbert. Look, I'm telling you, man. If I'm genuine question for the community. Genuine question. If the news comes out that Alvin Kamara is suspended for 2 games, you wish you drafted Kamara earlier, right? Like, I would say 2 to 4 games. I think 6. I would say 6 games is like, okay. I understand why he's getting drafted where he's at. 8 games, I completely understand. But 2 to 6 games or 2 to 4 games, I think we will have a completely different conversation. I think you're buzzing if you draft him as your RB3, RB4. I think there's going to be so much opportunity for him. And once again, I'm releasing a video of these late rounds, high upside guys coming out very soon. And Alvin Kamara is on that list. So I kind of break that down a little bit more there. Okay. Well, it looks like I'm going to have to do something. I mean, hey, I might go Danny Dimes today. Tell you that much. What's happening, Kyle? Sad to see you're stuck alone. Here to support you. Please give me a chase. I want the 24s, man. I want the 24s, Kyle. You ready? I mean, it's in the inbox. I'm pretty sure it's still there. Let me double check. I know you don't want to give the 24s, but this changes you. If I give you that, the thing is, Kyle, if I give you Chase, your team's stacked, brother. You are a competing team. You are going to be winning the league the next couple years. You know, and you know that. You just want him you want the 24 first to be a little bit more greedy, which is fair. I mean, everyone would do that. I would do that myself. Let me look. I will tell the stream your team. And I mean, let me just double check before I put my foot in my mouth. Let me make a pick here. Dang, these tight ends went off. I was really hoping for Njoku or Evan Ingram to come back to me here. I just think the best player available is a quarterback. But I don't want to do that. I'll take Dalton, though. Okay, let me see. Was it the Golf League? Let's look at your team here. Where you at, Kyle? Joe Burrow, Ramondre Stevenson, Tony Pollard, Chris Olave, Garrett Wilson, George Kittle, Jerry Jeudy, Amari Cooper. You have Kirk Cousins and you want Jamar Chase. Your team is going to be crazy. You also have Aaron Rodgers. I'm gonna take Daniel Jones. I mean, let me read the board here. Everyone has a quarterback. I guess I can still wait technically. I mean, what's the point now, right? What's the point of waiting? I guess get more depth. What we have a running back here? Before Chase, now wide receiver. Let's go Money Mooney here. We'll continue to wait. Cole Schultz. And I'll show the team. Give me a second. This is the guy that wants to give me. He wants Jamar Chase because my team is absolute dog shit, right? This is my team, guys. This is my team. I drafted Bryce Young, Cam Akers, Brian Robinson, Jamar Chase, Elijah Moore, Dawson Knox, Alan Lazard. My quarterback's Matthew Stafford. I have no one on my bench. Elijah Mitchell is probably the best guy on that team. Adam Thielen. I have nothing. I made a terrible trade in this league where I traded away my 24 first. It became nothing. So I'm just trying to rebuild, right? I'm trying to rebuild. And the person that wants Jamar Chase, which I have put that I'm happy to sell Jamar Chase, is in this chat right now. And this is his team. Joe Burrow, Ramondre Stevenson, Tony Pollard, Chris Olave, Garrett Wilson, George Kittle, Jerry Jeudy, Amari Cooper, Kirk Cousins. He has Aaron Rodgers. He has James Conner, Najee Harris, Deontay Johnson, Rashad Bateman. All I ask, you already know what I want. In the trades that I've been saying, is that I want three. I think I said 3 first, right? Correct me if I'm wrong, Kyle. Let me see what I said. I forgot what it was. I think it was 3 first, but you don't want to give up your 24 first. So I'm getting 2 24 first and a 25 first, right? That was the original trade. I think you added Elijah Moore, but we made the Elijah Moore trade go down already. If I traded you Bateman, I think I traded you Bateman. I got Elijah Moore. So, look, I really don't know what to say. I don't know what else to do. Your team, you are going to win, Kyle. You're going to win. You know this for a fact. You're getting the missing piece. I mean, you can win without Chase, but you're gonna secure the win with Chase. I think that's the difference. It's not even like your team's old. Your team's not old, right? Like you have Pollard. What is he? 25 years old. Chris Olave, Garrett Wilson, Jerry Jeudy. All these guys are under 24, 25, 26 years old, right? You have Najee Harris still. What is he? 25 years old. I mean, your oldest player on your team right now is probably Matthew Stafford and Aaron Rodgers. You're still going to get value from Amari Cooper if you want to sell him next year, right? You're still going to get value for George Kittle if you want to sell him this year or next year. It's just hard. And you're going to get the stack because you got Joe Burrow. I don't know. It's just hard. It's fun, though. It's fun. It's fun. You let me know when you're ready, Kyle. I'll be here. You let me know when you're ready. Steel Mob, no worries, man. You can definitely answer dynasty questions here. What do you think about Olave in the 25 first for Garrett Wilson? I think it really depends what that 25 first is. I'm actually really happy to keep Olave in the 25 or to get Olave in the 25 first personally, because if that is, let's just say that's a top 7 pick, that's really, I think that's a really good trade for you. I think that's a really, and Garrett Wilson right now in my rankings, he's my RB4, and then Chris Olave is my RB9, a wide receiver, my wide receiver 4, my wide receiver 9. So it's not a massive tear drop, It's not a massive devalue, or just you're still getting a top wide receiver in my eyes, plus an additional 25 first. So I'm happy to keep that personally. Thank you, WG. There's so much heat on Cook signing Miami would make sense. Wonder if he's holding out on money. Yeah, he's for sure holding out on money, Mighty Booch, for sure. I think he is. I think he is. And I think he's either going to just play on whatever money he's going to get because he just wants to play. But I think he's going to be a contender. And I think Miami is the perfect fit for him. Glad he's still having fun without. You're not Zach Haran's support. Yeah. Zach's doing his thing. He's in LA. He sent us a picture. I don't know why, of one of our friends who really loves like carbonated drinks. He loves soda. He loves he loves Prime. Prime is really hard to get here in Australia. At least it was. It's not anymore. It's in a local store called Woolies all the time now. But at the time, gas stations were buying them and reselling them, right? They were reselling them for like $14, and kids, like little kids, were buying them because they wanted Prime. They wanted to get Prime because Dak Prescott, Daniel Jones. I'll take Greg Dulcich here as another tight end. I love that for me. Still waiting on my quarterbacks, and he showed us because I think he went. I forgot. I think he went to like CVS or something, and Prime's getting sold over there for like $2. We still are paying like $9+. We are paying $9+ at the store right now to get Prime. I'm not a big Prime person. I only bought it to try it. Right? It's all right. I guess it depends on the flavor. Right? It's not an everyday thing. Geno Smith, Jerome Ford, Tyler Higbee, and Jared Goff is my QB1. Talk it up. Yeah, once again, Kyle, it's not something that I drink all the time. I just wanted to try it because it was so hard to get, and I tried it for the first time actually a couple weeks ago. I tried the ice pop flavor and the blueberry flavor, and it was all right. The Gatorade is definitely better, but I heard there was like the FDA is like investigating it, something like that, something wild. So very interested to see what that looks like for all those guys. But yeah, he loves all that stuff. Stand firm for the goal rebound, Badaki. Yeah, right. Like I need to get that. I don't know. That's just, even though my team's gonna be shit. Even if my team's shit, I have to wait 2 years. Jamar Chase is still gonna be this guy, an elite player that's gonna, still be playing with Joe Burrow. And once I'm ready to rebuild in 2025, then I'm still gonna have Chase. So I think at the time is only gonna be. I mean, how old is Jamar Chase right now? What is he? 23, 24, something like that. He's 23. So in 2025, he'd be 25 years old. I'm happy to keep him. I'm happy to keep him then. All right, guys. Last pick here. Once again, our like goes 50 likes. We only got 32 likes, but it's all good. We appreciate each and every one of you. I appreciate each and every one of you. I'll answer any last-minute fantasy questions that you guys have just to kind of stir the pot maybe, or just talk shit. We can be in here for a little bit. I'm happy to have a conversation with you guys. So yeah, Moxie, this is a 1 quarterback redraft league. 2 running backs, 2 wide receivers, 3 flex spots, 1 quarterback. So what's your thoughts on a dynasty stash with Isaiah Likely? A dynasty stash with Isaiah Likely. Give me a second. I want to change my screen so you guys can see me a little bit better. Look, Isaiah's Likely not somebody I'm willing to stash maybe on my taxi, but if I have to drop him, I'm okay with doing it. I think now with them having OBJ, Rashad Bateman coming back, getting healthy, them drafting Zay Flowers, I don't think their goal was to run a 2 tight end set anymore. I thought that was going to be a big motion coming into this year, but they did draft a wide receiver. And I think that is going to play a huge part in, the decrease in production with Isaiah Likely. So I'm happy to keep him just in case you have Mark Andrews or whatever the case may be. But if there's other players on the waiver wires, I'm happy to drop Isaiah Likely, depending on how big your league is. Red Cream Soda, Almo's Red Cream Soda energy drink is superior to Prime. Never heard of that. They said Prime has the caffeine like 5 or 6 Cokes in it. Oh my goodness. I haven't heard of that. You sent a big package. Okay, I'll definitely check it. No worries, Nick. How's it sound for the 106 and a 1 quarterback redraft? Half tight end premium. Hill, Tyreek Hill, Chubb, Andrews, Lamar for 4 firsts. G16. I think it just depends. I think it really just depends on where those firsts are. In a 1 quarterback league, let me ask you this. So, are you receiving the first or are you getting these players? Half tight end premium. If you have Mark Andrews, I'm happy. I want to keep Mark Andrews and that Lamar stack. To be completely honest with you, Tyreek Hill. I'm keeping the players. That's what I would say, because you can't guarantee where those first 4 are going to be. Even let's just say 2 are top 5. We can have a conversation for sure. But this is a redraft league. 1 quarterback redraft. Just keep what you have. Just keep what you have. Kyle said on air trade. Let's see. We might do it. We could do it. Let's try it. Let's see what we got here. So you're giving me Jerry here. What did I? I still want the first, Kyle. I still want the first. I love Jerry. I'm not disagreeing, but I just still want the first. I'd rather have another first than Jerry. That's what I would say, because of how my team is currently constructed. Jerry is still young for sure, but I'd rather keep Chase and then build off of these other wide receivers in the other one. So I'll give you my counter. So you keep Jerry, you keep that second, and give me this. This is what I would do. But I think this is kind of where the roadblock has always been. But all right, guys, once again, appreciate each and every one of you. I will be live next week. What is it? Sunday night your time, doing some grading redraft teams and dynasty teams. If you guys want that and be a part of that, obviously all you have to do is sign up with our promo code LAND. Link in the description below. For using Flock, going to flockfantasy.com. There is the link. We appreciate each and every one of you. And I'll do one last question. We'll answer these couple questions. We answer these couple questions. See, pleasure doing business. Did you accept it? No, you didn't. Hey, it's a pleasure. It is a pleasure. Huh? I appreciate you, Kyle. And this is why it's so much easier drafting. Yeah, let me say we are moving, baby. Rebuild. The rebuild has started. Guys, I got my 3 firsts for Jamar Chase. If you guys want to know the trade, I got a 24 first and 2 25 firsts of the team that I showed you earlier. That was complete dog shit. It was absolutely terrible, but I have some good foundational pieces, which is really just Bryce Young, to be completely honest with you. Because this team has turned out to be absolutely terrible. So I got a 24 first. I got 3 25 first. So I'm building for that 25 class. So hopefully that class is good. And I'll answer these last couple questions and then we'll go. Okay. what we got? Thoughts on Braylon Allen next Derrick Henry. Look, I'll be honest with you, Mox. I haven't really looked into Braylon Allen. I know he has been compared to Derrick Henry. He has broken out at a very young age out of Wisconsin, and we've seen success out of that college for sure in the running back position. I can't tell you as much as Zach would with Braylon Allen, but I know that he's put up phenomenal numbers as a rookie, as a sophomore, and I think he's going to be eligible for the 2024 class. He is no doubt in my mind, or can be, the next Derrick Henry, the way he's built and how fast he is. So I'll be completely honest with you, just haven't scouted those guys as much as Zach has done so far. Zach loves to scout these guys super early. I kind of do it more towards August, because that's when college football also ramps up, and maybe I need to do more and get into a Devy league like Zach has. Sorry, it would G16 said it would be who I picked through 4 rounds in a 1 redraft. Was asking if this is a good start or if you would change anything. Oh, okay. Well, if you're starting all those guys, picking all those guys, I'm happy. Getting Tyreek Hill, Chubb, Andrews, and then Lamar, that's perfect. If Andrews can fold to you, absolutely. And you're starting at the 106, so you're getting Tyreek Hill. Yeah, I think that's a good one, man. That's a good one. All right, guys, that's me. All love. Appreciate each and every one of you, and I will see you on Sunday night on this channel grading redraft and dynasty team. So all love.